Here we are today inside, even though it's nice outside. Kind of part of me feels like I should be outside. Bienvenidos todos, ¿cómo están? Aquí estamos hoy y vamos a hacer un video de práctica. So we're gonna do a practice video today. So I got some paper towels. Right, these are good for practicing on if you're starting out and you don't want to waste a bunch of canvases or a bunch of shirts. Paper towels work amazing. Let me just, So, si ustedes están comenzando a practicar, si apenas han comprado su primer aerógrafo y, quieren practicar, pero no quieren gastar tanto en materiales, pues. So, lo bueno para practicar es unas toallitas así. Pueden comprarse unos rollos de toallas y aquí simplemente las vamos a pegar usando nuestro adhesivo en aerosol. So we're just going to use some spray glue, some spray adhesive, and we're going to stick this on there, and that'll give us a nice little practice surface. So aquí vamos a echarle un poco de spray. Bam. Alright, and just take this, we'll stick it on there. What's up, James Melton? How's it going, man? So, bam. Así fácil. Right? Quick, easy way. Get a little practice surface in. So I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys in closer. So right when you get your airbrush, everybody always asks, what kind of paint or how should I reduce the paint or paint this, paint that. So I recommend getting a bottle of reducer and getting yourself a big bottle of black, right? So muchos me preguntan que con qué pintura empezar y qué comprar. So yo les recomiendo comprar una botella grande de negro y una botella de reducidor, ¿verdad? Comprándolas juntos. Y esta botella te va a durar bastante, pero esta botellita van a tener que comprar mucho porque el reducidor van a usar más que la pintura. So you're going to end up using more reducer than paint. What's up, Todd? How's it going? T-O-double-D. Oh, nice. What airbrush guns did you get, James? En Tepehua, ¿qué onda? So, pero con una botellita aquí es bueno para practicar y luego una botella grande de Createx para que no tengan que ordenar. So, ordering yourself a big bottle saves you from having to order, more paint over and over, and you'll save in the long run, and you'll need reducer. Um, and we're gonna try the Pache Talon today. I had to clean this today, and while I was cleaning it, I noticed that there's actually the cone, like the nozzle here, and the tip of the gun, don't actually align up correctly. So you get a bigger gap on the bottom of the cone than you do on the top, which that's I was getting this really erratic spray, but yeah, I kind of figured it out a little bit. You just kind of don't have to tighten this down, so much. You just kind of tighten it down to where it's good, like so, and it gives you a pretty good gap around. It's still bigger on the bottom than the top, but what you gonna do? Anyway, vamos a estar usando el aerógrafo Pache Talon, que es un aerógrafo con una aguja de .138, .4 milímetros, pues. It's a 0.4 millimeter needle, I believe, in this. 0.38 millimeters, but the G44 and the G23, those are an interesting choice. So to say, they're not bad airbrushes. They're pretty good as long as you keep them clean. They work really nice. I still have mine up there, uh, but know that the packing in those. So these have like a Teflon packing right here where the needle kind of blocks the paint from coming back. Those do not have a Teflon packing. And I think the G22 has kind of like a metal bushing kind of thing because it started scraping the needle when I pulled it in and out. I don't know, man. There's some weird design things going on. What's up, bro? How's it going? But anyway, getting on with our exercise. I'm gonna start off by laying in reducer. I'm just gonna put I'm gonna mix the paint half and half. So you decide how much you're gonna mix up. So voy a reducir la pintura como mitad pintura, mitad del reducidor, ¿verdad? Y eso nos va a dar un mezclado bueno para empezar. Y como esta aguja es un poco más fina, es muy bueno reducir la pintura. Más o menos. So, estamos más o menos a mitad y mitad. So we're doing half and half. Half paint, half reducer. Right. And so like Todd here, my man Todd in the chat, right? You're talking about wanting or needing to build up control and fine lines, and you know you 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 want to need to build up your control, I guess. Want or need, I don't know which one it is, but you desire to build up your control. There you go. That sounds good. Uh, so here's some exercises just to help you build up your finger control. Just if you're beginning, um, this is what I would recommend. So, si ustedes están empezando y más o menos tienen preguntas de cómo hacer cosas a mano libre y cómo hacer líneas finas y sombreados, pues estos ejercicios que vamos a hacer hoy estos les van a ayudar. So we're just gonna take this, give it a spray, make sure the paint's going through, and it is. Okay. So, right, a lot of people have seen me do the dagger strokes, but we're gonna leave those kind of to the end. And I just want you guys to start off by doing some dots. So we're gonna take this little first square here, and I literally just want you guys to make dots. Bam. Just barely pull back on the trigger and then let it go forward. So primero nomás vamos a hacer puntos, ¿verdad? Nomás son puntos. Y así le vamos a seguir. You want to do these dots without letting go of the air. Right? So hold the air down and just make your dots. So quieren hacer estos puntos y quieren hacerlos todos más o menos del mismo tamaño, ¿verdad? Que les salgan del mismo tamaño, no los quieren hacer grandes y chicos, quieren que todos sean finamente del mismo tamaño. Quieren hacerlos sin dejar ir el aire, ¿verdad? So, si mientras que lo están haciendo, están deteniendo el aire para abajo y se están moviendo al lado, ¿verdad? Y suena muy simple, pero cuando ustedes lo intenten, ya ustedes ya se dan cuenta que hacer puntos así es algo que toma tiempo, ¿verdad? So, la razón que hacemos puntos así finos es porque eso les va a ayudar a hacer las líneas finas. So the reason we do these fine points is because this is what's going to end up helping you do fine lines, right? So when you make a fine line is just a fine moving point. So it's a point that's moving, it's fine, right? So you do a fine point. So una línea fina nomás es un punto fino que se está moviendo, ¿verdad? So hacemos el punto fino y luego lo movemos hacia el lado y ahí está tu línea fina. Right? So there's how you get your fine line. Practicing these dots and being able to do them without let going of the air transfers over directly to doing fine lines. So haciendo estos puntos, y haciendo ese ejercicio y haciéndose muy buenos hacer ese ejercicio, se transfiere a hacer líneas finas porque esos son los que son las líneas, ¿verdad? Si ustedes son muy buenos hacer esos puntos al preciso, ¿verdad? So once you get real good at making those points, right, then making lines is a lot easier. Right? Bam. So ya cuando se hagan buenos hacer esos puntos, ya las líneas les salen más fácil. Eso es nomás, o sea, es la manera que se transfiere ¿cómo se dice? Pues las Uh, that's the way you transfer your skills. How do you say skills in Spanish? Sus conocimientos, pues, es la manera de transferir sus conocimientos de puntos a sus líneas, ¿verdad? So, ya de ahí, ya más o menos ustedes están practicando puntos un poco más grandes, ¿verdad? Entonces ya cuando ustedes se hagan buenos a hacer esos puntos, ya esas líneas más grandes también se les van a hacer más fácil. So if you get good at doing bigger dots, then making thicker dots is going to be good, right? So what I see a lot of is that people can do this, right? They can make these points, and they're doing it from far away like this, and they can make lines like this, but then they wonder why they can't do points and dots like this. Well, that's what you got to practice. So you got to get in close, right? Do those dots. Bam. Right? And it's critical that you pull back on the trigger and pull it forward before you move away, right? Because if you pull on that trigger and you do that, then you're not letting go of the trigger fast enough, right? You need to pull the trigger and let it go on the same spot where you pulled it. So Juan Camilo, ¿cómo estás? Rob Martin, how's it going? So that kind of gives you an idea. So es muy importante que cuando le jalen al gatillo para atrás, que también lo suelten en el mismo punto donde lo jalaron, ¿verdad? O si no, les van a salir puntos así como este que están jalados para un lado, ¿verdad? So tienen que jalar el gatillo y soltarlo en el mismo momento, ¿verdad? So si ustedes se quieren hacer más buenos a hacer líneas finas, practiquen sus puntos finos. Right? So if you want to get better at making fine lines, practice your fine points. It sounds silly, but it really helps. It transfers over. Um, so then, like Mr. Air Todd there, that says that he wants to build up his script lettering, right? So if you want to get really good at script, right, you do your dagger strokes, and you've already kind of mastered those, and you could do them to where you know you could just do them, like fluid motion. So from there, you want to do your dagger strokes in a circular motion or in a line, but connecting two dagger strokes. ¿Verdad? So para los que están ya un poco más avanzados, como en el chat, el Todd quiere aprender a usar letras, ¿verdad? Pegadas, pero que le salgan un poco más, ¿cómo se dice? Más adornadas, pues. So lo que tenemos que practicar son las colitas de ratas y tienen que hacerse maestros de esto porque esto igual les va a ayudar a hacer líneas gruesas, líneas finas y todo, ¿verdad? Right? So you want to like master those to where you can do them thick, thin, long, short. You can do them going that way, going this way, going left, right? So quieren hacerse maestros de este. Y quieren hacerlos para el lado, para enfrente, para arriba, para abajo, gruesas, finas, cortas, largas, ¿verdad? You want to get those really good. First off, that's just going to help all your airbrushing. Everything you do with airbrushing goes around this. So esto les va a ayudar en todo, ¿verdad? Pero ya, si quieren avanzar las letras, los que les va a ayudar es hacer los círculos, ¿verdad? So from here, you start doing your circles, and you start off fine. You go a little bit thick, and maybe a little bit thicker, and you go back fine and thick, and fine and thick, and fine and thick. And actually, I haven't done this in a while, so it's like. But you get the point. So es muy importante practicar sus círculos y hacer líneas finas a líneas gruesas y luego fina a gruesa y fina a gruesa y fina a gruesa y fina a gruesa and thin to thick and thin to thick and thin to thick, thin to thick and thin to thick, 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 right? And you could get these again, master them, right? You could make big ones, you can make little ones that are go really thin to really thick. Igual, si quieren hacer maestros, ¿verdad? Quieren hacer las largas, quieren hacer unas más chicas con líneas más finas. And once you get really good with those, then from there you start your lettering. Ya cuando se hacen buenos a hacer eso, ya empiezan sus letras y podemos hacer de líneas gruesas a finas. Igual, right? So you do thick to thin to thick to thin to thick to thick to thin to. Oh, Toddle! Toddle! I misspelled your name anyway. Let me fix that right there. But you get the point. I mean, you could master this, and then from there, if you really want to just decorate it up a little bit, make it thicker, and do your thing. Yeah. And using a fine needle airbrush is probably the worst to try to get thick to thin lines for lettering. But using a 0.5 millimeter, you get those nice thick lines on the come down. But yeah, these again will help you with your finger control. Ya, so ya haciéndose maestros de esto también les va a ayudar con su dedo, ¿verdad? Y luego ya de aquí podemos practicar de puntos finos a puntos sombreados. So from here, right, once we're done with doing name stuff, right, yeah, we've gotten good at doing this, right, then you're going to want to shade it. So ya cuando se hagan maestros de esto le van a querer meter sombra. ¿Verdad? So, para hacerse buenos hacer esa sombra, hay que practicar haciendo puntos finos y puntos sombreados. So, empezando de un punto fino y luego haciendo para afuera y haciendo un punto sombreado. Punto fino, punto sombreado. Punto fino, punto sombreado. Punto fino, punto sombreado. Punto fino, punto sombreado. Fine point, shaded point. Fine point, shaded point. And this again will help you with your actual distance control and finger control and how to actually pair them together. So you'll do, fine point, thick point. I mean, shaded point. Fine point, shaded point. Fine point, shaded point. Fine point, shaded point. And again, this helps you make the connection in your brain of how far and how much you got to pull back on your trigger to make the desired stroke, right? So then once you want to do some shading, you kind of already know that you got to be farther away and not pull so hard, right? So again, just practice those. And again, like always, you want to do them without letting go of the trigger. Igual, estos también los quieren hacer sin dejar ir al aire. So estoy deteniendo para abajo de todo el momento, ¿verdad? Y luego dándole nuestro sombreado, nuestro punto fino, punto sombreado, ¿verdad? Pero sin dejar ir al aire. So don't ever let go of the air. Just move forward, move back, and keep going. And that's probably a good first page. And get some good little exercise on that one. And I think even for somebody like me who's been airbrushing for a while, these exercises are just good to go back and practice every now and then. Especially like these E's like this. Because it's just good to go back and touch up on, and helps you know where you're still or where you're getting lazy. In my instance, you know. So again, I'm just gonna load up this up. Right. So once you've done your points, you kind of worked your way around that whole shebang. We're gonna load up another paper here. So ya cuando se hagan maestros de sus puntos y sombreados. So you've gotten good at making points. You've gotten good at making lines. Obviously, if you're good at making points. So another good thing is to work kind of like on your steadiness, I guess. So a good exercise for that, right? Once you've practiced the points, and if you practice making the points in nice straight lines and making them nice and even, right? You're not just making jaggedy points. If you look back on my paper, you can see that my points are in a nice straight line. So cuando practiquen los puntos, practíquenlos en una línea derechita y con espacios más o menos iguales para que ustedes también hagan control de su mano, ¿verdad? Pero para practicar ese control también, para que sus líneas les salgan un poco más derechas y todo eso, un buen ejercicio también es hacer las líneas entre los puntos. So, one good way to practice is to make 2 points. So vamos a hacer 2 puntos. ¿verdad? Y luego los vamos a querer no conectar. We're not going to connect them. We're going to leave a little bit of space. But we're just going to make the line almost connecting them, right? But it's kind of a weird exercise because obviously you want to start from the right and go left because you can see this point. And right, the whole point is for you to try to get to that point as straight as possible. And it helps, right? So these are kind of like not perfectly straight, but the more you practice it, it helps kind of guide your hand of where you're going to be painting, and you get a little bit faster at them. So entre más los practiquen, ¿verdad? Les van a empezar a salir un poco mejor y un poco más derechitas y les ayuda a hacer el control. Y es muy importante dejar ese espacio. So it's also important to leave that space, right? So like how this is here. Because you want to leave that control, right? You want to learn how to control your finger to stop before you're getting to the point. You want to connect the points, but not connect the points, right? So you're just trying to build up that control of knowing when to stop, right? You make your 2 points, and then you can practice these going the other way, right? If you want to like go this way. So ya ahí las pueden practicar así también, a diferentes ángulos, right? So this gives you a different angle to practice. Right, and this will help kind of with your steadiness of your arm and stuff. You get a cool looking weird design there. But that's just another exercise going through, building up the steadiness of your arm, your hand, and kind of going from there. What's up, Jim P Animation? Right now we're doing about 30 psi on this. So. Okay, so I think that's pretty good exercise. Steady control. Now, maybe another one for shading, right? So you got lines, right? You practice your points to get your lines down. Once you get your lines down, then you practice making steady lines using this. You've practiced your shading. And so next would be to practice kind of like a furry dragger stroke in order to master your kind of your shading and your shadows. So you want to start big and go sharp, right? So you want to make it shadowed. Right? And that again will give you that control of knowing where you need to be in your shading. Right? So that's kind of where you need to be. So yeah, like if you want to see my fades, this is a good way to practice your fades. It's hard to see a fade without having something to fade, but if you want to practice your fades and you want to get good at them, doing these blurred out dagger strokes. So haciendo colitas de ratas, sombreadas, ¿verdad? Pero no las queremos hacer calcadas. Esto es otro también para practicar, para hacer sus sombreados, ¿verdad? So van a hacer otro sombreado o quieren sombrear algo. Esto es algo también que es muy bueno en practicar, ¿verdad? Do sharp ones. Dagger strokes are just good any time of day. Make sure you do dagger strokes. But from there, uh, we should probably take all this and turn it into an exercise that you could probably do at home. So again, starting with this exercise here, we're going to make 2 points. So aquí, haciendo todos los ejercicios que hemos practicado, vamos a hacer un diseño que ustedes pueden practicar en casa. So vamos a hacer 2 puntos, los vamos a conectar. Right, we're going to connect them. Coming from these 2 points, from this point actually, we're going to kind of, actually I should just, so así de este punto vamos a hacer un sombreado aquí. So we're just going to make a shadow line here to give us a good idea of where we're going to bring our lines. But all we're going to do is bring our lines coming to this. So vamos a hacer líneas conectando aquí. Y si no están derechitos está bien. Right? So that's all we're going to do is just do, you know, maybe 4 or 5 lines, 6 lines. Then we're going to add a shading. A shadow. Right? So vamos a hacer esas líneas y luego les vamos a dar una sombreada a las líneas. ¿Ah? Then off of this edge, we're going to come in with a shaded squiggly line. Right? So le vamos a seguir una línea medio sombreada. ¿Ah? Y luego vamos a seguir esas sombreadas abajo. So we're just going to bring that shadow coming down and around. Right? So then again, over here, we're going to bring in a sharp line. And we're just going to kind of squiggle it going down towards the middle. Bam. Right? So nos vamos a traer una línea fina y la vamos a hacer más o menos nomás, como se dice, nomás así, pues como, you know, no sé cómo se dice en español, nomás, pero, o sea, sin forma, nomás le estamos dando como una forma de montaña, pues, pero la manera de hacer la línea es sin forma, pues, nomás es de darle para arriba y para abajo y para el lado hasta el punto del medio. So we're just going to make that squiggly line going towards the middle, right? Then coming off of this line, we're going to do some dagger strokes. So nomás viniendo de esa línea, vamos a hacer unos puntos, unos trazos de daga. Right, so that's all we're doing, is just adding it in off of those. Igual al otro lado, so we're just going to do dagger strokes on the other side, going the other way. Right? Then here, in what's now becoming the sky, we're just going to go ahead and do some soft lines coming in, like this, 2 of them. So vamos a hacer 2 líneas suaves, de lado a lado, y luego hacia arriba de la parte de esas líneas le vamos a dar un sombreado suave. So we're just going to bring another soft line off the top, and we're going to kind of mimic those mountains with a shaded line on the top. So igual, vamos a darle forma de una línea sombreada, más o menos como hicimos la línea de la montaña, pero sombreada, ¿verdad? Sobre esa línea. Y ahí se hacen las nubes. Simple. Y luego aquí ya nomás le podemos dar una línea sombreada hacia la parte de arriba. Boom. ¿Verdad? Un diseño muy simple, muy suave. Y aquí ya pueden hacer sus trazos de daga hacia arriba. So we do some dagger strokes going kind of up and around. And we're going to bring up a line. Maybe a little bit thicker. So vamos a hacer una línea gruesa hacia arriba y luego le vamos a bajar unas líneas. So we're just going to bring some lines down off that point, right? Then we're going to make 4 distinct lines coming out. So 4 líneas saliendo hacia afuera. Y luego aquí ya traemos calitos de rata. So then we're bringing the dagger strokes, kind of coming off the center, but staying on that line. Same here. Los trazos de daga saliendo de la parte central, siguiendo la línea que hicimos. Y ahí se hizo la palma. Fácil. So, that's a quick little exercise. Y luego ya de aquí ustedes ya le pueden agregar su nombre, ¿verdad? So from here you guys can add your name. And I just want to thank all you guys for watching. So gracias a todos por ver. Les deseo mucha suerte a todos. So just want to wish everybody good luck airbrushing. I hope all of you are staying safe. I hope all of you are staying healthy during all this going on. We're trying our best here to be good and healthy. Coronavirus has put a damper on our business a little bit, but we're going to try to make it through. We always will, we always do. But yeah, I hope all you guys are having a good time, doing good wherever you are. And yeah, thank you guys for all the support. I wish you all the best of luck. And we'll see you guys in the next live stream in a couple days, hopefully. So yeah, ahí está, amigos. Ojalá todos estén bien, todos estén buenos y sanos. Gracias por ver, como siempre. Ahí si tienen más preguntas, pónganlas en los comentarios. Ertar, Giovanni, Talon. Yeah, it's the Talon I was using. Blade of Unity, hey. Y sí, aquí no nos hemos, enfermado ni nada, pero ya estamos sintiendo los efectos de nuestro negocio, que pues ya eventos han estado cancelados y pues sí, cosas así, pero aquí vamos a estar. Ojalá todos ustedes también estén bien. Y sí, nos vemos en el video que sigue. Al rato, amigos. So we'll see you guys later. Drop a shade on the weeds. You drop a shade on the weeds and you show me, bro, what your shade looks like. I like it like this. Thank you guys all for watching, man. I hope you guys all doing good out there. So see y'all later.